guys, okay, so I wanted to talk to you about kind of my Halloween trick-or-treating survival kit, if you will, for specifically for like the young kids, like toddlers, preschoolers. I wouldn't bother with this with like if they were older. This is only because I've been there, done that with little kids, and these are things that came in handy or would have come in handy if I'd had them. So it's just gonna give you guys some ideas for things, especially if this is your first year taking your little ones trick-or-treating and you aren't sure. Like, it also depends. Sometimes, you know, if you're gonna just trick-or-treat on your street, don't bother. But we go all around. It's nothing much, it's not too heavy, and it's easy. So I'll give you guys kind of, I haven't gathered everything I'm gonna do. I haven't gathered it all here yet, but I will still tell you, okay? Right off the bat, a flashlight. This is an LED flashlight. It's got a little wrist attachment so you can carry it on your wrist. This one's cool because it doesn't just light up, it also has an emergency little light up beacon. So if something crazy happened and you all fell in a ditch or something, you have that to attract attention. So definitely bring a flashlight, because even if you're in a well-lit area, there's always sections that might be darker. If your kids are wearing cumbersome costumes or you don't know the terrain, this could come in handy. The next thing I do every year with my kids, I insist on it, is that they wear glow necklaces or bracelets. I recommend the necklace if they're really young, because if it's a bracelet, they might just take it off. The children have to wear these, and it is so that they are more highly visible at night. Even if their costume's bright, I still make them wear them. It just makes them easier to see. I really recommend that. I actually found these in the dollar spot, and I'm gonna let the older kids wear them. And they're little LED bracelets. So it's just a smart idea. It's not a bad idea for you as an adult to wear one too. Next, bring a water bottle. Just trust me. Y'all can share unless someone's sick. Just bring a water bottle. I don't have all of this here, but I recommend hair ties and safety pins. Bring safety pins, safety pins, safety pins, safety pins. I cannot tell you that enough. If your kid's wearing a costume that maybe starts to drag, you can pin it up. If they have a cape that keeps falling off, pin it up. If a costume gets ripped, pin it up. You know, anything you can think of, you can pin it up, and that could come in handy because nothing can ruin trick-or-treating like a costume that's getting in the way or that breaks and devastates their little heart. So safety pins, highly recommend them. And then the hair ties, it's kind of the same idea. If, you know, your child's hair is done a certain way and you need to pull it back or something, good idea. I always bring some antibacterial soap with me because you just never know what the children might randomly touch. I actually don't use this stuff that often because I don't think it's necessary to kill off all germs. It just makes stronger, more angry germs. But in certain situations, I'm all about it. Next, I bring a non-candy snack. And I don't bring much, just a little something. We usually try to eat right before we go. But sometimes they're so excited they don't want to eat, and if they haven't eaten much, I don't want them eating candy on an empty stomach because they usually don't feel good if they do that. So to kind of help with that, like this right here is just a one little sleeve of whole wheat crackers, and it's just easy. I just bring those. I usually only bring one or the other, but either I bring some wipes or maybe some tissue just for incidentals. You never know. Then I will bring, I have a few little alcohol pads in here. I don't bring this amount. This is just what I pulled out to show you guys. But I have some alcohol pads, some Bandaids, and some Neosporin. And that is just if someone takes a tumble and scrapes their knee, someone gets a blister, any number of things, you can treat it, you can give them a little kiss, and they will continue on with your evening and it won't be ruined. Okay, and not pictured here is socks. I bring extra socks because, you know, especially depending on what footwear your child's wearing. Now, if they're wearing something and it's broken in and you know it's fine, then that's all fine and well. But if they're wearing shoes that are newer or part of a costume, you might want to bring socks if they get uncomfortable, because socks can help make an uncomfortable shoe not feel so bad. The other thing I bring as a parent is I don't like to bring like my purse or like an entire diaper bag or anything like that. So if you have a really little one, you might want to bring a diaper. Definitely bring the wipes at that point, and also one of those little throwaway bags, you know, just so you can dispose of that. And that's if you're gonna be someplace where you might need to change them. With us here, we would just run home, but that's something to think about. The other thing is a camera with a good battery. You don't even know how many times, like I've seen that happen with parents where they were like, I didn't even know my battery was low. So bring a good camera that can hopefully do okay in low light, and a battery if that's important to you. And then since I don't like to carry my purse, I don't want to carry all my credit cards or money or anything like that, all I bring is my driver's license. And if we're not leaving the neighborhood, that's it. Because just in case I need ID if there's an accident or something, but if it's something really crazy and I need a credit card or something, somebody can run that to me. But as long as I have an ID in case of an emergency, I'm good. If we're gonna go outside of our neighborhood, I might bring just a driver's license and maybe my debit card or maybe just a little bit of cash, just in case. I don't bring everything with me. There's really no point, and I'd rather just have lighter the better, you know? I also bring a cell phone, and it's not so that I can check things or even take pictures with it. It's because if you're out somewhere and there is an emergency, you can quickly call for help. I mean, and obviously if you're trick-or-treating, you could probably just ask somebody at a house, but you never know. So I bring my cell phone and my license, and that's about it. And then almost last, all of this, which isn't much, it's really not that much. You're gonna put this into a backpack. Even if it only fills like this much of the backpack and you have all this empty space, don't worry about it. And unless it really bothers you that the backpack's messing up if you're wearing a costume and you don't think it goes, but if you don't mind that, and you can, bring a backpack, because one, you're hands-free, so you have hands to hold your children's hand as you cross the street or take pictures or any number of things. Plus you're just free, woohoo! And then also, since the backpack will not even be close to being filled, I can tell you from experience that the little ones, sometimes their buckets actually get really heavy of candy. And what you can do is you can dump some of that candy in the backpack, maybe bring an extra bag to do it or something, and you've got the load on your back. It's not gonna bother you, and it lightens their load. This has happened to us, I think, pretty much every year where their bags have gotten too heavy for them. So you can use the backpack for that. Okay, you guys, so that is what I bring in my kind of, I guess, Halloween survival trick-or-treating kit. I don't know what to call that, but that's about it. And everything I bring has pretty much come with experience. So I think the most important thing, though, is the flashlight and the glow-in-the-dark bracelets or something along that line, just to illuminate your children. Maybe, like I said, illuminate yourself, because it's just better safe. Like, you know what I mean? There's safety. And then everything else we can kind of deal without, but because none of it takes up much space and it's really easy, I just throw it in a backpack and put it on. It's great, it's easy. And like I said, if you're sticking around your street, don't bother. But if you're gonna go out a little further, you're gonna venture away, these are a good idea. I hope that, especially for those of you who've never taken your little ones, it's gonna be your first year, I hope that kind of puts some thoughts in your head about what you might wanna bring and what you might wanna leave at home. And you guys have a really fun, happy, and safe Halloween, okay? And have a good time trick-or-treating. Bye, guys.